Welcome to the Fall 2022 Commencement exercises of the College of Business Administration. I'm Kevin Gwinner, Dean of the College. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Ms. Paige Paget, a senior in applied music.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Thank you, Paige. That was amazing. Audience, please be seated. Before we proceed with our program, I would like to introduce the members of the Platform Party. Please hold your applause until the entire Platform Party has been introduced. Beginning at my far left, we have Dr. Brett Wilkinson, Head, Department of Accounting, Dr. Bill Turnley, Head, Department of Management, Dr. Ainsley Schwa, Associate Dean for Operations, Mr. Randy Buseman, today's commencement speaker, Provost and Executive Vice President Charles Tabor, President Richard Linton, Dr. Xuan Xu, Associate Dean for Academic Programs, Mr. Parker Dyro, the College of Business Administration Outstanding Senior, Mr. Kurt Roberts, Executive Director of Career Development, Ms. Kaylee Hansen, College of Business Administration Student Speaker, Dr. Esther Swilley, Head, Department of Marketing, Dr. Hardy Johnson, Head, Department of Finance, and Ms. Amy Button-Renz, President and CEO, Kansas State University Alumni Association. Please be seated. Let me also take this opportunity to express our appreciation to our outstanding marshals, Dr. Edward Nowlin and Ms. Marcia Hornig. We appreciate your willingness to serve in this capacity. I'm also pleased to recognize Dr. Brandon Haddock, coordinator of the LGBT Resource Center, representing the Office of Diversity and Multicultural Student Affairs. Thank you for joining, Dr. Haddock. I am delighted that you are here to join in this special event in the lives of our graduates, an event that marks the culmination of many years of hard work and sacrifice in the pursuit of knowledge, a meaningful career, and a promising future. Graduates, today is a wonderful day of celebration for you and your families, and it is a privilege, my privilege, to have the opportunity to share this very special occasion with you. No one is happier or prouder of your educational accomplishments than those loved ones that are gathered here today. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the encouragement and support your families have provided for your success. Would the parents, spouses, and children of our graduates please stand and be recognized? Although we are here today to honor the accomplishments of the graduates, we would be remiss if we did not also recognize the faculty and staff who have worked diligently with our graduates in completing their studies. In honor of the faculty and professional staff who have served you with such dedication, I ask that you, our graduates, please stand and applaud their contributions to your success. Thank you. I'm pleased to have this opportunity to recognize the recipients of 3 prestigious college awards. Dr. Tom Kellerman, Assistant Professor of Management, is the Fall 2022 College of Business Outstanding Contribution in Research Award recipient. Dr. Roger McCaney, Professor of Management, is the recipient of the College of Business Teaching Excellence Award for 2022. And Ms. Alice Needfelt, Administrative Officer in the Office of Student Success, is the 2022 recipient of the Professional Staff Excellence Award. Congratulations to you all. We are honored to have Kansas State University President Richard Linton, Provost Executive Vice President Charles Tabor, and Alumni Association President and CEO Amy Budden-Rentz join us today to congratulate our graduates. Thank you for being here, President Linton, Provost Tabor, and Ms. Budden-Rentz. At this time, it is my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Randy Buseman. An alumnus of the class of 1977, Mr. Buseman earned his degree in accounting and began his career with Ernst & Young, now EY, after graduation. He was admitted to the EY partnership in the Kansas City office in 1990 and went on to lead the Entrepreneurship Services practice and later the Strategic Growth Markets practice. During his 37 years with EY, Randy served many high-growth companies, both publicly owned and privately held, assisting many with initial public offerings and other security transactions such as mergers and acquisitions, international expansion, capital formation, and growth strategy. For almost 20 years, Randy led the Entrepreneur of the Year program for the Central Midwest region of EY, building strong relationships with many of the most respected companies in the Midwest. Since his retirement from EY in 2014, Randy has served on the board of or consulted to several technology and health services companies. He also serves on the College of Business Dean's Advisory Council and the K-State Accounting Advisory Board at Kansas State University. Further, he's on the boards of Invest Midwest and the Rainier Institute of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at the Block School of Management at UMKC. Randy is a member of the Kansas Society of Certified Public Accountants and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. He was inducted into the Accountancy Hall of Fame at Kansas State University in 2004. He and his wife Cheryl have 3 daughters, all K-State graduates, and 4 grandchildren. Please join me in welcoming Randy Buseman to the podium.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, for a guy who grew up less than a half a mile from this very spot, there aren't too many things more special than getting a chance to come back to your alma mater and speak at commencement. So, first of all, I'd like to thank Dean Gwinner for the tremendous honor of speaking to you here today. I'd also like to thank President Linton, Provost Tabor, faculty and staff, this impressive graduating class, and the family and friends here to share in their celebration. I first want to take this opportunity to offer my congratulations to each of you graduating today, as well as your families and all those who have supported you along the way. You've had to overcome a tumultuous period brought about by the pandemic and the many issues we seem to be facing today, in addition to all the normal challenges of a very rigorous curriculum. You should all be so proud of what you've accomplished and the foundation you've established as you embark upon your career. Great job, everyone. Well, I say to you graduates today, go Cats. We hear that phrase, that chant, all across campus throughout the year, even a little bit more after the football game on Saturday, I think. But today, it means so much more to each one of you as you go on to the next phase of your life. So as you prepare to take those first steps after graduation, how do all you Cats go on to successful careers? Well, I wish I had the definitive answer to that question so I could share it with you. But I will share some thoughts on how to give yourself the best chance of achieving success in the years ahead. In preparing my remarks for today, I was thinking back over my many years of interviewing students here at K-State, as well as how I mentored and counseled many of them over their careers with the firm. During interviews, I would frequently probe a person's leadership abilities and potential, their campus or community involvement, communication skills, and work ethic, as indicators of the traits we were looking for. While those were and are important, there are elements within each of those attributes that I'd like to touch on today as they relate to your future success. The first thing I want you to consider as you start your career is, what do I stand for? Conducting yourself in a manner consistent with what you stand for and believe requires a good grasp of personal integrity and what constitutes ethical behavior, even in trying times when it might be easier to act another way. Your integrity is your most precious commodity, and you should protect it always. A small lapse can have a considerable impact, so let it guide each step along your future path. Next, consider if your actions are consistent with those principles. Doing the right thing can carry over into your work habits, where doing good enough work isn't always the right or best way. Be mindful of how others see you and evaluate your performance, and try to set your own expectations as if you were that manager or business owner. Now, thinking and conducting yourself as if you were that manager might be a bit much for you to contemplate as you haven't even set foot in your first postgraduate job. But asking yourself, what would your manager expect of you? And then taking ownership of the outcome of your assignment is something that will be noticed and prepare you for the years ahead when you are truly looked upon as a person leading the way. It's a mindset and attitude, and it's never too early to start operating from your own foundational principles of integrity, ethical behavior, and taking ownership in everything you do. The second thing I would ask you to think about is, how are you going to transition into this new career and make your best first impression? Not only is this an exciting time, but it also carries with it some uncertainty. You're going to be working in a different environment with a lot of new people, both managers and coworkers. How do you differentiate yourself and earn recognition and praise from those around you? After getting settled into your new job, you might consider stepping out of your comfort zone and challenging yourself in this new environment. Become involved with a group or a project that allows you to contribute something beyond the basic requirements of the job. Volunteer for something that really interests you or looks to be of particular emphasis or importance within your company. Be open to opportunities that present themselves, even if you feel a little unsure of yourself. It's a great way to accelerate your involvement with and acceptance among peers, develop lifelong relationships, and impress those above you on that corporate ladder. Soon after starting work, I decided to ask and was allowed to coordinate our recruiting efforts at K-State that first year. While it was a bit of a reach for a new staff accountant, it was something I was very interested in and that I remained involved with throughout my career. Shortly thereafter, I volunteered to implement a new service delivery technology, which required working with a large group of people from across the country. Taking these and other challenging steps to get involved had a profound effect on my career and the many relationships I developed within the firm at all levels. I mention this as I think it's so important for you to find an opportunity where you can actively engage within your organization. Find that spot that will allow you to be seen as not just another employee, but someone who envisions a bigger role for themselves and strives to be a leader among your peers. It's sometimes an uncomfortable first step, but one that helps establish your own plan for professional and personal growth. Another thing that's always been important but takes on a greater emphasis as you start your new job is your ability to effectively communicate. While a lot is written and taught about how to influence others, I think one of the most important communication skills is that of listening. That includes putting yourself in the other person's shoes when considering a topic or position being discussed. This applies not only to your business career, but everything that you encounter in your personal life. Trying to understand another person's opinion can go a long way to reaching an agreement in a business transaction or a personal relationship. In a related thought, we hear a lot today about efforts to improve diversity in the workplace. While we must continue to make progress in this vitally important area, I'd suggest to you that a less discussed point is the value of diversity of thought and ideas. In fact, closely listening to another person and actively considering their position is one of the best ways people of different backgrounds or agendas can ultimately accomplish something of value. And a byproduct of that is the mutual respect that is gained. We certainly need more of that. A disturbing trend we see in the media these days seems to be demeaning or insulting those with a different view or opinion than our own. In some cases, this has even led to denying others the opportunity to express their viewpoints. Well, a recent study of 208 top U.S. universities focused on 7 distinct aspects of the free speech climate on campus. That study concluded that K-State was the #2 university in the country for providing the most open climate for free speech. I can't tell you how proud I am that this university, its faculty, and all of you students are recognized for demonstrating how important it is to hear and consider alternative points of view. Among the so many things K-State has done to prepare you for life after college, this is a great one. So I suggest to you, open yourself to new and different ideas from your own. You don't have to agree with or accept everything others say, but carefully listen and try to understand their perspective. If you open your mind and consider diverse points of view, new approaches will grow, cooperation toward shared goals can be achieved, and we will truly benefit from the diversity of thought. And doing so will ultimately help you improve your influence and position you for increasing responsibility in the years ahead. So if you're focused on doing your work the right way and with an ownership mindset, taking on those challenging opportunities, and actively and openly communicating in your new job, what else? Well, there's no substitute for working hard to accomplish your goals. Demonstrating a strong work ethic will almost always get you noticed and can overcome a lot of things. It manifests itself in many ways, including the quality of your work, your eagerness for new opportunities, and the positive way you represent yourself to and communicate with colleagues and management, among many other things. By taking ownership of the challenging tasks on your plate and not letting a tough problem get you down, working through the issue to completion is further evidence of your persistence to do a good job. Persistence will be needed, and demonstrating it will be noticed. Now, as great as a strong work ethic is for career advancement, you must ensure there's balance in your life to achieve success in your career and personal well-being. With the restructuring of corporate responsibility in the employment relationship in recent years, there has been a much improved realignment of individual priorities with what the employer offers. While the best overall performers are likely to realize the greatest rewards in business, you need to ensure that it's not at the expense of your own priorities. To borrow a reference from a recent James Patterson book, The Stories of My Life, he says to imagine life as a game in which you're juggling 5 balls in the air. He names them work, family, health, friends, and spirit. It's pretty challenging to keep them all aloft, and I'm sure we can all relate to that. Patterson suggests you need to come to an understanding that work is more like a rubber ball, as it will usually bounce back up if you drop it. but the other 4 balls are made of glass. He surmises that if you drop one of these balls, it will be damaged or even shattered, never to be the same. I think this parable is something to keep in mind throughout your career as you strive for that elusive balance in your life. There's just one last thing I'd like you to remember as you launch your career. It's going to be so exciting to take that first step, learning so much, meeting lots of new people, and of course getting paid, which is a good thing. It can sometimes be a little frustrating as you transition into your job. Sometimes it's going to seem like your initial responsibilities are beneath what you're ready to tackle. Other times it will seem like they're asking you to do work that you're in no way prepared to do. It takes a little time to get your expectations and your responsibilities aligned, and I urge you to not get too frustrated in the early going. Show your resilience in the face of these challenges and keep your eyes on the future you have been envisioning. That future and all its excitement, challenge, recognition, and reward is just around the corner. You all are remarkably well prepared for your career. Working from a principled foundation and mindset, striving to become involved in the many opportunities your career will offer, maintaining an open mind to diverse thought, and bringing a strong but balanced work ethic, you are destined to be the latest chapter of highly successful K-State graduates. Thank you again for allowing me to spend a few minutes with all of you. I look forward to seeing the many things this College of Business class accomplishes in the years ahead. And go Cats!
Thank you, Randy, for your inspiring remarks and your eloquent challenge to our graduates. Would you please step back up and accept this small expression of our appreciation for your participation in today's ceremony. We are grateful to have Ms. Amy Budden-Rentz, President and CEO of the K-State Alumni Association, joining us today. She will say a few words on behalf of the Alumni Association.
I'm excited to join you today to welcome you into the alumni family of Kansas State University and the K-State Alumni Association. As an alumnus, you now join a K-State network of nearly 203,000 living graduates. Our mission at the Alumni Association is to lead and inspire lifelong involvement that will benefit Kansas State University and all members of our Wildcat community. Our core values guide us in our mission to help keep you connected with K-State. Our most important value is link. We provide a lifelong link that alumni depend on to remain connected. You can stay in touch through hundreds of alumni activities held on campus, around the country, internationally, and even virtually. Another value is tradition. You will likely celebrate a few traditions this weekend as you sing the alma mater for the first time as a new graduate or take KSU photos at your favorite spot on campus. The final value I'd like to talk about today is purple. For K-Staters, it's more than a color. It's a symbol of pride, connection, and family. In recognition of your graduation, the College of Business Administration, along with the K-State Alumni Association, are providing you with a complimentary one-year membership to the association. We hope you will enjoy the membership benefits and will always be an active member. K-State alumni are among the most loyal in the nation. Our membership ranks 5th in the nation for the percentage of graduates who are members. That loyalty is shared by generations of K-Staters who have the same passion for K-State that you feel today as you receive your degree from one of the finest universities in the nation. We are also pleased to present you with an exclusive alumni business card holder. As you go through life and your titles and addresses change, please be sure to keep us updated. We want to make sure you are always connected to your K-State family. Congratulations and go Cats.
Thank you, Amy. It is now my honor to present the College of Business Outstanding Graduating Senior in Business Award. This award is selected based on academic excellence and service to the College of Business Administration as an undergraduate. The outstanding graduating senior in business is chosen by a committee of the Dean's Student Advisory Council, which is comprised of student leaders elected to represent their peers. This semester, Mr. Parker Dyro is the fall 2022 outstanding graduating senior. Parker, will you please join me at the podium? Parker is the son of Rebecca Dyro and Jason Dyro. He's a native of Lenexa, Kansas, and is a graduate of Olathe Northwest High School. Parker is majoring in finance and economics and is a Kansas State finance scholar. As an undergraduate, Parker took first place in the 2022 Gates Capital Management Stock Pitch Challenge, served as vice president of the investment banking track in the K-State Finance Scholars Program, and was vice president of communication on the Treasury Committee of Phi Delta Theta Fraternity. After graduation, Parker will begin his career working as a private equity analyst with Five Elms Capital in Kansas City. Parker has maintained a 4.0 GPA in his very rigorous double major academic programs. As an undergraduate, Parker earned a number of honors and awards, to include the K-State Putnam Scholarship, the Gates Capital Management Scholarship, and the Mary Lynn Staley Economics Scholarship. The outstanding senior selection committee stated in their recommendation that as an undergraduate, Parker has performed exceptionally well both in and out of the classroom. The committee stated that Parker represents the pinnacle of academic strength, evidenced by his many achievements. With multiple displays of involvement, dedication, and excellence in everything you do, I'm proud to present you with the December 2022 College of Business Outstanding Senior Award. Congratulations, Parker. I'm now privileged to introduce the Fall 2022 student speaker for commencement, Ms. Kaylee Hansen. Kaylee is the daughter of Steve and Melinda Hansen. She's a native of Lindsborg, Kansas, and a graduate of Smoky Valley High School. Kaylee is majoring in organizational management with minors in leadership studies and conflict analysis and trauma studies. She's also earning a certificate in nonprofit leadership. During her undergraduate time at K-State, Kaylee has served as the president of the International Justice Mission at K-State, an organization dedicated to rescuing victims of human trafficking and slavery, eliminating violence against women and children, and aiding law enforcement in the protection of abuse victims. She was an ambassador for the Staley School of Leadership Studies and a director of the KSU Student Foundation's Early Edition. She has worked on the student staff of the College of Business's Student Success Center since 2019, and in the Manhattan community served as a development assistant at Kansas Big Brothers Big Sisters since December of 2020. Her other undergraduate involvement has included service with the hands-on K-State mobile food distribution and the K-State Food Recovery Network, all while maintaining a GPA above 3.9. After graduation, Kaylee will start her career at Kansas Big Brothers Big Sisters as their development and marketing associate and move to Kansas City, where she will become involved in the nonprofit community. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming to the podium Kaylee Hansen on being selected as the undergraduate student commencement speaker.
Happy Commencement Day. I feel so honored to be representing our graduating class in front of family and friends as we embark into this new unknown. Whether you were eager to enter into the real world in under 8 semesters, or you are a super senior who spent an extra semester at Aggieville, this ceremony is a culmination of hard work, dedication, and K-State pride. Graduates, we live in a complex world that cannot be summed up with simple rules and maxims. Despite this, we all subscribe to a set of beliefs about the way that the world works. As children, for example, we may have thought that good things happen to good people. However, when this adage is inevitably challenged, by the recess bully getting away with stolen lunch money or grandma becoming seriously ill, we are faced with a difficult decision. Do we turn a blind eye to the contradiction before us, or do we change our rule to more accurately reflect reality? This concept is called the web of rules, which is a strategy employed by many therapists when working with clients. The purpose of the web of rules is to stimulate individuals to encounter beliefs within themselves and, more importantly, embrace the discomfort found when these rules are challenged. So, when your beliefs are challenged, do you lean into that discomfort or ignore the problem altogether? Our reaction varies from person to person and belief to belief. However, it is true for every one of us that leaning into and even changing challenged beliefs can be terrifying. We are about to be thrown into a world that will challenge our preconceived notions of how things ought to be. Perhaps we land that perfect dream job with a high salary and possibility for upward mobility, only to realize we aren't happy in that role. Or maybe it's the first day on the job, where we're certain our winning attitude and likable personality will surely make many friends in the office, only to realize that after day one, more enemies have been made than friends. Today, I want to go over 4 common rules that many graduates might hold for themselves. Think about how these rules could take form in your own life and why it may be so terrifying to lean into the challenge of changing them. The rules go as following. Number 1, my success is determined by how well I perform by myself. Number 2, life is measured by big accomplishments. Number 3, I appear incompetent and weak when I ask questions. Number 4, legacies are made by making it to the top. Any of these sound like you? Whether consciously or subconsciously, many of us hold some of these beliefs to be true. Let's change these rules to more accurately reflect reality. To do this, I'm going to use an acronym held near and dear to our hearts as K-Staters. That acronym is EMA. Today, the E in EMA is going to stand for Elevate Others. Let's go back to that first rule. My success is determined by how well I perform by myself. On some level, we believe our success comes from how well I, as an individual, perform. However, the truth is that success comes from a collective. Elevating your team, department, and peers leaves out jealousy, unhealthy competition, and the cycle of comparison. What's left is a love for the qualities that you might not possess yourself. We didn't get here today without a support system and a healthy amount of failure. Maybe one time you bombed a test because you skipped that group study session, or had a club meeting fall flat because it wasn't a team effort. If you have to throw up into a toilet, it's a lot more fun when you have someone holding your hair back. It was other people that helped you remember it's not all that bad. Elevating others changes our rules from I to we, and it's in that space we find true joy. The M in EMA is for make moments. As monumentous as today may seem, yes, one day you will remember today as simply the day you received a piece of paper and took some photos in an unflattering hat. Let's remember our second rule. Life is measured by big accomplishments. How can we believe this when the truth is that life flies by in moments and in fragmented pieces of memories? Life happens in the small and mundane. Remember the moments it took to get here. The late nights in the great room, walks down Aggieville, even the COVID tests, Zoom rooms, and of course, doing the Wabash in the bill. Graduates, we don't get that promotion from one great presentation. Find confidence in the little things and not so shiny stuff. When you find yourself waiting for the next big thing to mark on your life's calendar, remember, life is measured through genuine connection and vulnerability. These moments are the M in EMA. The A in EMA is for ask questions. If you remember, our third rule to be challenged is I appear incompetent and weak when I ask questions. The Harvard Business School published an article titled, "Smart People Ask for Advice." They say, the fear of asking questions, however, is misplaced. We demonstrate that individuals perceive those who seek advice as more competent than those who do not seek advice. When our rule of looking stupid by asking a question gets the best of us, where can you lean in? Challenge it and make a new rule that proves the opposite. In challenging this rule, it is important to dream big and fail often, because having a healthy relationship with failure is imperative. Only when you ask questions do you invite diverse perspectives and run shame out the door. To quote writer and professor Brené Brown, a brave leader is someone who says, I see you, I hear you, I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to keep listening and asking questions. So the A in EMA stands for ask questions. Lastly, the W in EMA stands for weave a legacy. In college, we believe that legacies are built by one CEO or president standing at the top. However, I dare you to challenge this rule and instead picture yourself weaving a legacy through authentic and vulnerable connections. We all know that the CEO of Disney or Coca-Cola are important individuals, but many of us would not be able to recognize their name without that title behind it. We instead recognize the legacy of that company because they resemble a collective purpose, history, and culture left for generations. Remember, it's not about the person on top. It's about the culture and impact these collective organizations create with the people inside of them. This is where your rule is challenged. Weave your legacy with the colors of authenticity, vulnerability, and the sense of belonging instilled in those around you. Come to work ready to build a legacy together, and the W in EMA will stand for Weave a Legacy. As children, we are given simplistic rules to follow that guide our understanding of the world. But as we grow older and realize the world is much more complicated than these maxims, we are forced to embrace the difficulty of rewriting our rules. We have lived our lives holding onto the truths we hold, but learning and maturing can only happen if we review, rewrite, and restate these rules. You can either choose to stay where you are with your current unaltered web, or you can challenge yourself to embrace the discomfort in rewriting the rules of your reality. When you do this, you will find that your success is achieved through the relationships you foster. Your life will be defined by the beauty of everyday experiences. Your inquisitive vulnerability will enable you to grow. The legacy you help build will last for generations. Today is a beautiful, shining milestone, a cap to 4 years of life, growth, and hard work. But today is just the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. We appreciate your enthusiasm and look forward to seeing what the future holds for you and your fellow graduates. Would you mind coming back up? We are now ready to present the degree candidates for the College of Business Administration. Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees from the College of Business please rise and remain standing? President Linton, On behalf of the faculty of Kansas State University, I am pleased to present to you the College of Business Administration Class of Fall 2022.
Here we go. By the authority of the people of the state of Kansas and the Kansas Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I am very pleased to confer upon you, the graduating class of Fall 2022, the degree you have earned at Kansas State University. You may now officially move the tassel to the left side of your mortarboard.
Please be seated. Will the marshals please direct the graduates to stand and approach the stage for the awarding of their degrees? Also, will the department heads and representatives please move to the end of the ramp when their respective departments are called?
Following are degree candidates in accounting: Isabella Rose Alisea, Caden Allen Bradshaw, magna cum laude, Orion C. Wallace, Blake Thomas Steele, cum laude, Danny Espinoza, Larissa Rochelle Vogt, cum laude, Charles Francis Albert, summa cum laude, Logan Scott Redding, Olivia Marie Link, Isabel Marie Klein, Cody T. Schmidt, Clarissa Rose Marion, Kayla R. Helms, Jacob Patrick Bassett, magna cum laude, Tanner Matthew Nilsson, Eli Hamilton Rose, Paige Elizabeth Hallisey, cum laude. The following are degree candidates in general business: Taryn Elizabeth Austin Baldridge, Mackenzie Grace Weems, cum laude, Stephen Zachary Herbal, Justine Elise Waldy, Jennifer S. Rutschman, Jasmine Elena Loya, Tyson Philip Hodson, Jonathan Lee Wells, Clay White, the following are degree candidates in management: Lawson Joseph Schultz, Christian Jonathan Vasquez, Joshua Ronald Schneeweiss, Maxwell Vincent Minette, Ethan Wilsey, Mitchell F. Barch. Zachary Ryan Snyder. Cameron Douglas Waldron. Jonathan Edward Rangul. Cameron Nicole McAtee. Kayla Marie Webb. Amber Gloria. Taylor Nicole Bruna, summa cum laude. Max Joseph Camphor. Zachary John Luchtefeld. Timothy Ryan Dehan. Dylan Alexander Fry. Kaylee Renee Hansen, magna cum laude. Trevor Michael Martin. Braden Anthony Horsch. Ashley Nicole Grills, magna cum laude. The following are degree candidates in Management Information Systems. Matthew Robert Magruder. Following are degree candidates in Professional Strategic Selling. Stratton Jameson Stamp. Keith Michael Berry. Jason Thomas Bear. Jacob Joseph Jasper.
The following are degree candidates in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Blake Ryan Turner. Hope Elizabeth Bryan. Corby Deshawn Nisley. Dalton W. Shields. Drew Michael Cunningham, cum laude. Eleanor Milin Lang. The following are degree candidates in finance. Jonathan F. Bowman. Jaden Connor Shamley, magna cum laude. Dylan H. Sapp. Justin Allen Fugit. Jose Vargas. Mason K. Mead. Parker Grant DeIro. Austin L. Wilson. Trevor Andrew Rhodes. Jackson Cyrus Wilcox. John Harrison Bowen. Ross Franklin Hahn. Aubrey Lynn Konisman, magna cum laude. Madison Claire Fisher. Abigail Hope Lloyd. Luke Andrew Ram. Braden J. Rhodes. The following are degree candidates in marketing. Max Joseph Sabuda. Ashley Kareen Schumacher. Hannah Drew Iram Eidergun. Shalissa Chantel Ray. Emma Grace Chasey, summa cum laude. Brett M. Bergstrom. Sydney Ray Brantz. Abigail Elizabeth Dickinson. Madison Gray Soich. Alexis Grace Parks. Catherine Lee Stonestreet. Robert Tyler Bloom. Adam Christopher Georges. Catherine Ann Whitehead, summa cum laude. Taylor Madison Dominic. Caitlin Sue Newberry. Rachel Evelyn Dworzak, cum laude. Madison Ray Fankhauser. Grant Michael Falconio. Tate Arthur Hassenflow. Graham Porter Bowler. Nathan Charles Gray. Victoria Noy Sayapit. Emily Sue Fox. Kristen Micaiah Duffy. Max Aloysius McKnight. Hunter Michael Hayes. Jake Allen Urosco.
Graduates, it has been the privilege of the college's administration, faculty, and staff to work with you over the past few years. Let us recognize the outstanding accomplishments of these graduates one more time. Graduate, I invite you to please stand and join Miss Paige Paget in singing the alma mater for the first time as a K-State alumnus. Audience, please stand and join us.
I know a spot that I love full well. 'Tis not in forest nor yet
Thank you, Paige. We are grateful for you leading our singing today. We would ask the audience to please remain seated until the platform party and the graduates have exited the Coliseum. You are welcome to meet in the concourse area for pictures and conversation. Graduates, please follow the marshals to the rear of the Coliseum, up the stairs, and into the concourse area. This concludes our ceremony. Congratulations, graduates.